Okay, thank you. Well, since we met each other last time, I've written two books since we met in May, and quite a lot of blog articles and some manuals, etc., etc. So I've been very busy writing. But Pavel has asked me to give a little, sort of uh, recap on what we did last time. So let me share um, the presentation from last time. Okay, so it was we talked about creating content at Compass. Compass is an organization which communicates financial discipleship. Um, we can do that many ways, but one of the best ways of communicating is through a story. This is something which I must confess, I'm not very good at. I've never been good at telling stories. But this framework, which we talked about last time, the story brand, has helped me a lot to communicate the message of Compass using a lot more stories. Of course, we use the Bible, but we need to help people to relate to the Bible uh, and its application in real life. So our communication is the mission of Compass. We want to help people know Christ more intimately, not just a head knowledge, but an experiential knowledge. Become free to serve Him, free from debt, free from anxiety, yeah, free from the burden of uncertainty, fear for the future, but become free to be generous and to share our lives with other people, and then to help fulfill the Great Commission, to pass on what the Lord has taught us to other people. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Sorry about that. Okay, so the power of a story I talked about last time. I've been told always that people remember stories when you tell them. So what's happening in your life? Is there a certain, yeah, something which God is doing in your life, or something, or some event which is happening around you? And then to describe the problem around that event, um, to help people take actions, to know what to do, and then the chance of life change will be even higher if we can take people through this process. The story of our testimony is probably the most potent, powerful story that we could ever tell. One of my favorite verses is here from Revelation 12:11. It says they triumphed over him, the devil, by three things. First of all, the blood of the Lamb. All of our stories have to be centered around Jesus himself. Secondly, the word of their testimony. Interesting. The word of our testimony gives us victory over Satan. It's something which has happened in our life. People can accept it or not, but they won't say it's true or untrue because it's happened. And thirdly, they love not their lives even unto death. So to give our lives to Christ and to in a sacrificial life for Christ. So that's basically the power of a story, especially the testimony story. Now, the story brand is based on a principle called the hero's journey. If you look this up on Wikipedia, you can find the history of the all of the films and the books which have been based on this principle of the hero's journey. It's a character. This is the framework. It's a character who wants something. This character encounters a problem before they can get it. And when were at the peak of their despair, a guide steps into their lives, gives them a plan, and calls them to action. And that action helps them avoid failure and ends in success. That's basically the story. And last time I gave some examples of the Lord of the Rings, the what other examples did I give of the Star Wars? They're all based on this kind of framework because it's been proved to have worked over a long period of time. So this is the framework, how it goes. A character has a problem, and this is the one of the this is one of the most difficult areas that's on the left here, to define the problem. Who is having a problem? In your testimony, it would be me. I have a problem. Maybe I'm maybe lonely. I may be deep in debt. I may be unable to make ends meet, etc., etc. And then there meets a guide who will help him, who will mentor or coach or act as an advisor. There meets a guide who gives them an action plan to solve the problem, gives them a solution to their problem, and calls them to action that ends in success and helps them avoid failure in the expectation that that success will transform their lives. So basically, that's the hero's journey, but it's also a customer journey. So if you're thinking of writing an article, a blog, a book, even a manual, how-to guide, this is a framework that you can use. And I'll show you in a bit how I've used this in the latest book that I wrote for the coming conference next year, February. Questions to ask, and this is the first one is one of the most difficult questions. What is the reader looking for? So what is his problem? What problem does he want solving? And what is stopping the reader from getting it? It may be a villain coming along now in the films which I've been talking about, the Star Wars. I mean, we know the villain, or other films. A good film, always has a villain. Of course, in our case, it might be mammon, the pressures of the economy, peer pressures. It may be my lack of self-discipline. I may be the problem. It may be advertisements from outside, the pressure of keeping up with everybody else. But there are also internal problems which the reader has to solve. The inability to control their finances or themselves even, self-control, discipline, a lack of know-how. There may be external problems which are tangible and practical, like debt or overspending or the lack of saving, unexpected emergencies occurring. Maybe a philosophical problem. Why? Why is this happening to me? Where is God? What is the meaning of life? And so this is probably the most difficult thing, to think about your reader, your character, and the problem that he has. What problem does he want solving, basically? That is the basic question. And then how can I gain the reader's trust? Here, this one down here. How can I gain the reader's trust? And I think you gain the reader's trust by framing or placing what you want to tell him in a story, because then he can relate to something which has happened in life. I've always been very good at teaching principles, but recently I've been taught that principles are good but sometimes you have to make sure that the principles are applicable in real life, and the people who are listening to you or reading you can place these principles in a real life situation. You do this by developing empathy on the one hand, but on the other hand, also a certain authority, by building up trust and building up believability. And then what can I advise the reader to do? A plan. What action should the reader take? Calls them to action here. And what is the desired outcome? And then what would happen if no action is taken? So this framework in these yellow boxes here, it's called the StoryBrand. It's also called the hero's journey, but it forms a really good framework for which to build up a story, build up a book, build up a blog article, whatever you want to write. Now, during the summer, when we met each other last time, we said that during the summer, we challenged those of you who were with us in May, I think it was the 24th of May or something, to write a story on a topic using this model. I don't know if anybody has actually done that. I'm going to stop this just for a moment and ask if anybody has been able to make a story or an article or whatever based, or testimony, using this this framework, this model. Anybody like to share something?
Hi,
I will share
Peter.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to use Canva, because lately people prefer to, they prefer the images, videos. People don't like to read, so I try to use Canva, which we recommended, but it's a bit restricted, and I wanted to find out. I mean, it turned out very well, but what other tools can be added to Canva to make it more, to enhance the quality,
Well,
but
Canva is just a piece of software to design something. You have to have the content first. So without good content, yeah, any piece of software to design a book or an article is not going to be very good. So you have to
well,
start with the content.
yeah, we have the content, but obviously, even if you have the content, but you're not able to use a good tool to project the content,
Okay, yeah, sure.
or video, then you would have to find other ways to
Yeah,
improve on the tool. That's what I'm trying to say. But the
I can
content was based on a character, a model character on stewardship.
yeah.
That was
Well,
very
I only use Canva for a design,
okay.
a simple design, um, a makeup, yeah, to make it look good, not to write anything. There's a lot of software available to design a book. Like you could even use Word. You can use InDesign from Adobe. You can use any other type of software. But the point is,
Well,
and what I started with is how to build up your story, how to build up the content. Does anybody have an example of a story that they've been able to make using this framework? The content, not the design. No.
Actually, I can share some. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Sorry, I'm a bit late here because of the kids and my wife not home. So yes, but anyway, I'm looking forward. For the For the content, I'm using the AI. It's a very good tool. You know, you have this. Now I'm using Perplexity. That is the kind of AI tool for making some text. I prepared video this week for expressing the vision and the mission for BAFPRO, Bible and Finance for Professionals. But the thing is, you have to have a plan for the linking, because we've just started to promote this mission on LinkedIn. So we decided to do it with professionals. So we hired some lady, and she prepared the whole story, how it will goes, like twice a week, some videos, some articles. So she prepared for us, but myself, what I do, I'm using for text this Perplexity AI tool, and yeah, for the pictures Canva, and for making videos, it's free software on Windows, and it is called Microsoft Clipchamp. Yeah, I can cut videos and make some changes and put some noise in it. So that's my experience.
Thank you. Anybody else want to share something?
Yeah, I can share a couple of trials. One thing I try to do is, even when writing emails, I start with stating a problem, and then how Compass is trying to fix it. Like, even when inviting people for a conference or for a Zoom cafe, hey, maybe you have this and this and this problem, and then this is why we invite this speaker for the Zoom cafe to address it. To present Compass as the hero. Not Compass as the hero, not Compass, sorry. Compass as the guide. To position Compass as the guide.
Yeah.
I recorded a couple of videos, but they were just my first attempt. So I was so obsessed with all the technical details that yeah, I didn't focus that much on the story. I just wanted to try out something to make sure that, you know, I can do it, and then from this point on to improve it.
Okay. Yeah. I think this is the most difficult part about writing, is to form this contact with the person who is reading it. And the more practical we can make it, the more we can build it into real life, the more contact that we will have with the listener or the reader. Let me show you what I did over the summer. Show my screen again. We gave you a, okay. I wrote a book called Restoring Financial Hope. Pavel and Bert asked me to write a book in preparation for the conference in February. So I wrote a book, Restoring Financial Hope. And this is based on Nehemiah building the walls of Jerusalem back in 500 before Christ, at Nehemiah's time. And when he was building the walls, they built 10 gates. Here, 10 gates. The sheep gate, the fish gate, the old gate, and there are 10 of them. And each of them have a very specific symbolism, a very specific lesson to teach us. And in this, at each of the gates, I tell about how Martha is experiencing this, and how she experiences her journey from not knowing about Jesus and having a lot of financial problems to slowly learning about not only about finances, but about herself, as she visits each of the 10 gates of Jerusalem during a Bible study with her friend Christine. These are a few portions from the introduction to the book. Let me read it. Martha's financial situation was a constant source of anxiety, casting a dark shadow over every aspect of her life. Despite her dedication to teaching, a profession she deeply loved, her salary barely covered her monthly expenses. Over the years, minor financial mistakes, had compounded, turning into a mountain of debt that now loomed over her like a storm cloud. So even in the introduction to the book, I'm talking about Martha's problem. Then she meets a guide. This is all in the introduction to the book. And Christine is Martha's guide, and in the story invites Martha to a Bible study about these 10 gates of Jerusalem. Okay. But this time, Christina said something different that caught Martha's attention. Martha, Christine began, her voice warm and understanding. I know you are going through a lot right now, and I don't want to add to your stress, but this Bible study, now it's about managing finances according to God's principles. I really think it could help you find some peace and direction in all this. So a guide arrives into Martha's life, her friend Christine, and she's giving her a kind of an action plan. Join the Bible study and start discovering the peace which you are looking for. And then towards the end of the introduction to this book, we wrote this: deciding to keep an open mind, Martha agreed to attend the study. At the first meeting in Christine's cozy living room, a small group of women gathered around a table with their Bibles and notebooks. As Christine introduced the study, Martha felt a mix of anticipation and doubt. The leader explained that they would explore the book of Nehemiah, focusing on the lessons for rebuilding Jerusalem's walls and gates. So Christina is taking Martha through a journey around these walls of Jerusalem, which I just mentioned, these walls here. At each wall, she gets a lesson and she has an experience. So let me just stop my sharing and show you what this looks like in the book. Maybe Acrobat. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if Pavel wants to send you a copy. Can you see this PDF document? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the content of the book. And you see we have 10 gates: the sheep gate, the fish gate, the old gate. And at each gate, we have some Bible study, significance. These are some teaching about each gate. And then we talk about Martha at the sheep gate. So the following week, the Bible study shifted its focus to the sheep gate. As they delved into its significance, Martha was reminded of Jesus' sacrifice for her. The sheep gate was where sacrifices were brought into Jerusalem, symbolizing the offering of one's life and the dedication of one's possessions to God. For Martha, this was a powerful metaphor for the call to follow Jesus with her whole heart and life. And so Christine is starting to explain here that the sheep gate signifies the offer of the Lamb, Jesus himself. And to start off on your life of understanding biblical finance, you have to learn who Jesus is. And because the sheep gate signifies the sacrifice of Jesus' life, the first step to take is to pass on or give over ownership of all that you have to God. You have to sacrifice all that you own, all that you possess, on the altar of worship to God. And so this is continues Martha's story here. See? In the following weeks, Martha noticed some subtle but encouraging changes in her life. Her financial situation did not miraculously improve overnight, but she found herself more at peace with her circumstances. She started to seek God's guidance in her spending and felt a renewed sense of hope. So this has been a good exercise for me on using this the StoryBrand to help to take Martha through a journey of just discovering who Jesus is and starting to apply all the biblical principles into her life. So that's this book, Restoring Financial Hope. So going back to our this was what we were teaching last time. So it could be a guideline also for personal testimonies. If you are communicating to people, like I said at the beginning, there's nothing more powerful than a personal testimony. And if you have never written down your own personal testimony, I'd strongly recommend that you do. And this would be a good formula or a model to use when making your personal testimony. So the hero or the person is you in this case. So introduce yourself, who you are, define the problem that you had. What challenges did you face before getting to know Jesus? What were your problems? Introduce the guide. Now, maybe, I don't know who was your guide. It may be a friend, it may be a family member, maybe pastor at church, it may be even something that you found about at Compass or another Christian organization. So outline the plan then. The next step is detail what you went through. What was the plan to solve the problems that you had? Highlight the actions. What actions did you take? And then illustrate the positive outcomes in your life. Avoiding failure, mention the potential negative consequences. And then conclude with how the transformation took place. Somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody wrote this testimony along the lines of this model, this framework. Did you write this, Pavel?
No.
I don't know who sent this in. Jean Smith was a young professional overwhelmed by deep debt and financial stress. Struggling with managing money and feeling constant pressure to maintain a high living standard, Jean found our financial discipleship ministry in his church. Jean learned budgeting, saving, and contentment through our small group study. This was the plan. Jean attended weekly sessions. This was the action, followed by the budgeting plan, and talked openly to his wife about the issues. Within a year, Jean became debt-free. This was starting the transformation, the positive change, experienced financial peace, and gained confidence. And then he says what would happen without it if he did not follow the plan. Without the ministry, without the plan, Jean might have remained in debt and ended up divorced. Today, Jean is financially free and generous, with a healthy marriage and helping others on their financial journey. So this is a short testimony based on this model of the StoryBrand. Okay, are you following this, or am I confusing everybody? No. This is so powerful and so easy to use. Jesus in the desert, the story follows this model. of the story, the hero's journey. So in this case, the hero is Jesus himself. So here's the character, and let me read this. Jesus, after his baptism, is led by the Spirit into the wilderness, where he fasts for 40 days and nights, demonstrating his commitment to his mission as the Son of God. So here's the character, here's the hero in our journey. So what problem does he face? During this time of fasting and solitude, Jesus faces intense temptation from the devil, who seeks to undermine his identity, mission, and relationship with God. The devil presents 3 significant temptations to Jesus, exploiting his physical hunger, spiritual authority, and longing for power. So that was the problem facing Jesus. Who is the guide in this story? Well, I guess it was the Holy Spirit. In the midst of the temptations, Jesus relies on the guidance of Scripture, because he quoted Scripture quite a lot, and the wisdom of his Father in heaven. He remains steadfast in his faith and refuses to give in to the devil's schemes. Who has a plan? Jesus responds to each temptation with the wisdom of Scripture, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to God's will and his refusal to compromise his integrity. He resists the allure of instant gratification and worldly power, choosing instead to remain faithful to his divine calling. And so the action that he actually took after making the plan or receiving the plan from the guide, which is God himself, Jesus actively confronts each temptation by affirming his allegiance to God and rebuking the devil's deceptive offers. He relies on the power of God's word and the strength of his faith to overcome the trials presented him. And so in this way, he avoids failure. Despite the relentless pressure and the allure of the devil's temptations, Jesus steadfastly holds onto his identity as the beloved Son of God and remains obedient to God's will. His unwavering faith and commitment prevent him from succumbing to failure and falling into sin. And the success that he had, Jesus emerges victorious from the desert, having triumphed over temptation and proven his unwavering commitment to God's kingdom. His resistance to temptation demonstrates his perfect obedience to the Father and serves as a powerful example for believers to follow in resisting temptation and remaining faithful to God. So even this story from John chapter 4? Jesus' temptation in the desert. This story kind of follows this method of telling a story. So that is another example. Let me just pause there now for a minute. Okay, are we back? Yeah. Okay, so I wanted just to revisit this the StoryBrand, just to recap this. Let me sorry, excuse me. We just share the screen once more. So basically, this is this customer journey, and I hope that you can remember this. Whenever you're writing even an email or a promotional email or a brochure or an article or whatever, a blog article, or even making a video, think about this customer journey and how you can produce a story which will take the customer through these various steps. How you can take him to understand his problem, how you can be his guide, or what you can offer him will solve his problem, and then a plan to solve that problem, the action that he has to take or she has to take, which will end in success and help them avoid failure and transform their life for something better. It's a powerful tool. And last time I gave this, we have the fillable PDFs. Maybe Pavel can send these around afterwards, which will help you whenever you're making a brochure or a video or whatever, promotional piece, article, use this as an outline. You can fill in this PDF how you want to take your customer through the journey. Okay, so I think we'll send this to you after the after the session. Though. Yeah,
Peter,
Pavel. Okay,
Peter,
yeah.
may I have a question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, do you have any video promotional you based on this structure? Recently, what you produced, maybe did you use it as an invitation for the conference last year? I don't know. I'm thinking if it would be helpful for me if you will share some video based on this story, because now I'm thinking about the video about the mission I produced, and there are some of these points, but not all of them in very short video. So
okay, yeah.
That's why I can rethink.
Yeah. I don't know if I can pick one out pretty quickly. Let's say
Peter,
I will make one within the next few weeks.
Yeah, I think you produced a video about generosity back in the summer on Canva. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's
voiceover.
Right. Generosity. Yeah.
That's based on this story, yeah.
Yeah.
Will you share it, because Pavel then
look it up. Just a moment. I could try and look it up.
Yeah, we don't have to do it now. Yeah, and I don't want to take your time, but
we can send it round.
I can share it with you on Canva.
Now
yeah.
I'm
it's
quite
a little
like
video on generosity, which follows this pattern.
Okay, and you can comment it. This video you can comment through this process where we are.
Yeah. I don't always do a good job, but I do my best. So okay, so use this fillable PDF to make your outline of the customer journey. You know, whatever you're selling, whenever you communicate whatever you're selling, you can use this customer journey, even for your business, because you want to take your customers through this journey of that, let them understand their problem, because you know, when you're selling anything, you're not just selling your product, but you're always selling a solution to a problem. You know, something I learned very early in my business career. The customers are not interested how good my product is.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're only interested in, will it solve my problem?
Yes.
And so then we need to you need to well, if going back to our story guide, let me just go back there. Okay, so then we need to build up trust and empathy in our business, in our selling. We need to give them a plan of what to do and call them to action. Ask for the order, and make sure that the problem is solved. So this is basically the selling process. Whatever business you're in, your selling process will follow this model of the StoryBrand. Much too often, we just concentrate on our product. You know, what can I do for you? What can I sell you? What can I teach you? You know, what can I give you? Without going to the customer first, the character with his problem, which is by far the most important thing to start with. So take this PDF again, you know, and maybe you can look at your business again and check your own customer journey of your business. You know, am I taking them through this customer journey?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Any other questions so far? We can talk a little bit about the some software to use. Someone had a point about Canva. Who was that? Who was talking about Canva? Was it Jeremy?
No, myself, Noble.
It's
Noel.
Noel. It's Noel.
Noel. Okay. Well, I use Canva just as a tool, design tool, or to make a short video. But my favorite tool to use, we can talk about some tools here, which we did last time. Let me share my screen again. Content toolkit. I can't get it to slideshow. Oh, there you go. Present if you're there. Okay. Some toolkit. First of all, make a lot of notes. Prolific notes. Every time you read anything that gives you a little idea, make notes. Now, it doesn't matter which note software you use, but make it use a database like Notes of the Mac or OneNote, Microsoft, or Evernote. They're very handy because it's in the form of a database, and you can you move them around and order them if you have several notes which you want to group together. But a good writer and a good communicator is a prolific note taker. If you read anything in a newspaper, clip it and put it in your notes. Or if you hear anything on TV, make a note of it. And then when you're looking through your notes again, you'll see things coming together, which kind of belong together. So a good writer keeps a lot of notes. The one which has helped me the most is Scrivener, which costs about 70 euros. It's called Scrivener here, which is an Old English word for writer. Or this is the website that you can buy it from here, literatureandlatte.com. It helps you to outline what you want to talk about. And I use this software for sermons. I use it for articles. I use it for books. It helps you to input material from your notes that you've made. And it helps you to organize logically so that the flow of what you want to do is right. And it helps you to fill in detail where detail's missing. So let me show you what it looks like. I'll go to a different screen. Can you see that screen?
Yes.
With a lot of writing on it?
Yes.
This is what basically what Scrivener looks like. Wait a minute, I'm going to show you the actual software itself. Just a moment. My mouse has gone crazy. Share again. Okay, this is the scrivener that I used to write that book, Restoring Financial Hope. You can see, let me make it a little bit bigger. You can see on the left-hand side there is the structure of that book, all the different gates, you see? Can you read that? The sheep gate, the fish gate, the old gate, the valley gate. These are all the 10 gates of Jerusalem. And the structure of each chapter here was, I wrote an introduction. This is your text here. The significance of that gate. A bit of biblical teaching. The how it applies to our finances. And then what Martha did at the sheep gate. And so each chapter kind of follows this structure. And Scrivener really helps to make a good, logical, easy to follow structure to whatever you're writing. When you have references, you can see on the right-hand side here. I see here, acknowledge his ownership of everything. So we put the Bible references here. And when you're compiling your manuscript, Scrivener puts these either at the foot of your page or at the end of a chapter or at the end of the book. It does this automatically for you. And so what this does, it helps you to concentrate on one particular part of the book, which in this case is Martha at the sheep gate. So I can concentrate on this one part of the manuscript and do a little bit of editing here and a little bit of editing there, or maybe I don't need that, I can cross it out. But it still shows me on the left-hand side, I'm still looking at the overall structure of the book. Okay, now at the bottom here, you can't see this. Oh, no. Have you gone? Can you see this still?
We see the screen of Scrivener.
Okay, right. At the bottom here, you have all sorts of possibilities for research in the same way. So you can make a different folder like this, part 3. Do you see that folder? Restoring Financial Hope. Got all sorts of information in it. Oh, sorry. All sorts of information. You can have a research part of it. So then when I'm collecting all my notes from the note taker, I put it into here. And so you have all of your relevant information in one place, and you can start writing from this information. Can you follow this okay?
Yep, yes. It's very, very structural, very, very helpful software, and just
So
70 euro.
I can really recommend this if you want to write. I use it for sermons because it gives it's so good in helping you to bring structure into what you're saying.
Is it one-time payment or yearly subscription?
It's a one-time payment of 70 euros. So it's not expensive. Bert Den Hertog, he's writing a book right now about his grandson.
Oh, really?
He may have told you.
He didn't mention.
Yeah. He may have told you about it. And he's using this Scrivener, and he said it's fantastic because it helps me to organize my thinking. in a logical way. And then he can work on one particular part. You see, if you have all this in Word and you have a big document, it's very difficult to keep a good overview of the whole thing.
Peter, I
You don't
have a
know-
quick question.
Yeah,
don't
you don't
mind.
know what is where anymore. So this is
Someone's having a question.
any questions? Yeah.
Yes, I have a question, please, Peter. How do you link the notes software, the MacNote or OneNote, to the Scrivener? How do you use them all together? You copy after
copy
all
it.
the notes, you put them into the Scrivener and you
Yeah,
develop it, right?
copy
Understand
paste.
well? Copy paste. Okay, understand. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
But Peter, at the very beginning, when you start writing new book, you have to put all this structure in it, yeah? Or is there something like like something like prepared, like beforehand?
Well, I try to put the structure in first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then fill it in with text.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at this, let me show you again. Where do I have it? Scrivener. Here. So I put this this structure in first. So you see part 1. Part 2 and part 3. Actually, this I didn't use this. See, there's the bottom here is old material that I didn't use. So I put it in old. See that? Old?
Yep.
Yeah. So all of this is text which I haven't used.
Material for a new book.
At the top, I hope I can show you at the top here. I need to go out a little bit. Okay, let me just at the top here, I put this is the manuscript. I put okay, what I want the book. I wanted a book about 40,000 words, which is about what is the book? Just a moment. This book is about 200 pages. And each section of the book, it will count your words for you. For instance, the introduction here. Hopefully we can't see it, can we? But it does the count. It does the word count on each page, each of these sections. So you can keep account of how big your book is going to be pretty easily. So this chapter here on the fish gate, introduction. You can't see it, but at the bottom of this screen here, it tells you the word count of not only each section in this book, but also of the each chapter. So you can I wanted each I think each chapter to be, I don't know, a certain length, and so it helps you to keep each chapter at a certain length. When you're writing your notes, you can just put them in a section. I've got a section old here. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see here a section called old?
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is some extra material. Yeah. When financial disasters occur, which I didn't eventually use in the book because the book was going to be too big. But this comes from my notes. I kind of copy paste into this, and if I decide not to use it, I just move it to the bottom, so it won't appear in my final manuscript. Now, when you're ready, and you have all of these chapters, all of this information. It compiles everything automatically from the database into a Word document, which you can then format as you like, or enter it into a like InDesign, Adobe InDesign, or any other publishing software. Any other questions about
in
sorry?
every do you use in every of these parts on the left side, like gateway, shipgate, fishgate, do you use this StoryBrand?
Do I use it? Excuse me?
Do you use this StoryBrand in each part?
Yeah, because each part here, well, it's Martha's journey, you see? Each chapter has Martha's journey. And so this journey through along all of the gates of Jerusalem, there are 10 gates. Martha is taken by Christine here through a journey of 10 stages. And this uses the StoryBrand.
Okay.
Yeah. So each chapter here has this Martha's journey, see? So what happened to Martha at that point in her journey? Yeah. I think everybody is getting a copy of this who is joining in the conference. Or if you want one, probably Pavel can make sure you get one.
There was a question
any
about
other questions so far?
There was a question about software tools for video recording. One that I am using is called CapCut. CapCut, they have a free version with many tools. So yeah, it's very light, very easy to use.
What's that called?
If you want CapCut, CAPCUT.
Can you put it on the chat?
Yep. I'll put it on the chat. And there is one more complicated that I still haven't tried. It's called DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
And
Pavel, does it make reels like these scripts, not scripts? How do you call it? These subtitles?
Reels. Yes, I think you can use it for reels.
Yeah, a lot of the software these days can through AI make automatic subtitles. I've been using Loom. I've put it on the chat here, LOOM, to make videos. It has a free version that you can look up. Quite easy to use. Or Canva.
Pavel, is there a cost? Is there a cost to? Do you have to subscribe to any of these softwares, or it's open source? I mean,
they have free version and paid version, but the good thing about these both CapCut and DaVinci Resolve is that they have many features in the free version.
Okay.
So actually, you don't have to pay for it.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. And Peter's book, can you forward it, or we have to request it?
Yes, I will send a recording of this meeting to everyone with Peter's book and with the fillable PDFs.
Okay. Thank you.
Apart from that, what you're telling, there is some story we use when we teach how to get out of debt. In the sessions about debt in the courses we do, is the story of Elisea and widow. So we watch a small video that has been done, and afterwards we use the structure that Peter has taught about seeing what is the problem, seeing who is going to help. So the widow has a problem that she needed to pay days a lot of money. So she goes to Elisea, asks for help. So Eliseo asks her and her children work. So they have to fill in all the, sorry, what's the name for?
Yeah, that story from 2 Kings, chapter 4.
Yeah,
The
1 to
Bible,
17.
2 Kings, chapter 4, verses 1 to 7. That follows the same model of the hero's journey.
Yeah. So we use that. So is, you can see the video first. So, people feel some sympathetic for the widow. And then
Yeah.
we work as, okay, we have seen the video now. Let's do like a role play, something like that. Let's see how are the steps to get out of debt.
Okay.
So we involucrate people in the teaching. I'm sorry, Gloria, we didn't do that when you did the course. This is something we have incorporated already, but we had the nine steps to get out of debt, which is still in the course. But also we use a video. So we ask all the people that come that they have to work on that. So we do all together. It's not just the person who is teaching. And there are several stories we can use about el hijo pródigo. Gloria, give me a hand. El hijo pródigo.
The prodigal son.
Yeah, we can work also on that, talking about. So it's interesting how Peter have taught about the structure, and reminds me about some stories that we tell, and is really useful.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Mhm.
Okay. Any other questions that I can help with?
I've just opened this link about the video about generosity, and the question is, how did you make it? Whose voice is it? Is it an AI tool, and you just put the content in it? Can you share, Pavel, please, the video about generosity? It looks like
Yeah,
there's
I
a
can.
presentation and there is some voice in it.
Yeah, I can.
As a follower
try
of
to.
Jesus, I am sure you want to show your love for God by growing in generosity.
We don't see the screen, just the voice.
Yeah, that's an AI voice.
That's the AI voice. Yeah. What tool did you use for this video?
That's a good point. Good question.
I think it was voicemaker.it.
I'm not sure.
Let me give me a second.
And okay, you just give to this tool the presentation and the text to be read.
Yeah, I wrote the script.
Yes, the script. Yeah.
And input the script into this software.
Yep.
And it voices it for you.
Yeah, but it is connected to presentation. There is some presentation.
Okay, if you let me show you, then I'll open the video and share the screen.
It's called Voicemaker.
Can you
What's
put
it called?
the chat,
Voicemaker.in.
No. Each oh, wait a minute, how can I explain this? I'd have to open I would have to, sorry, I stopped share. I would have to, oh, there it is. Where is it?
Do you want me to play the video?
Sure. No, I've got it here, I think. Okay. So there's the video. I don't know.
As a follower of Jesus, I am sure you want to show your love for God by growing in generosity.
That's the
However, many believers find this difficult.
problem.
Maybe you think you don't earn enough, or you're having financial struggles and barely making ends meet. Giving is a real joy.
So we've had one slide. I made this in Scrivener. So we had one slide with a text. So you put a text file on each slide.
Mhm.
So this
So you
this
record
is
with this software different pieces.
yeah,
The text for each slide is recorded separately.
yeah. The text file is separate, and Canva puts it together.
Boy,
Uh,
Jesus said, "You are more blessed when you give than when you receive." Giving finances God's work. It breaks the power of money in your life and opens the door for God to provide. Start to give as a priority. This means giving to God as the first item on your spending plan
Here's your action.
before spending your money on anything else. This acknowledges that God takes first place in our lives and deserves the first share of our income. The first part of our income is called the tithe, which is 10%. The Bible says, "A tithe of everything from the land, whether grain from the soil or fruit from the trees, belongs to the Lord. It is holy to the Lord." Why is the tithe holy? The tithe is holy to the Lord because it belongs to God. It is for him to use, and I don't get to use it. Even if I am not giving it, it is also holy to the Lord because it makes the rest of our income holy, set apart for God to get involved. Jesus' teaching on giving goes far beyond a mere 10%. We are to give ourselves and all we have to him fully. Watching a widow giving, Jesus said, she gave everything she had. His disciples left everything they had to follow him. Learn to grow in generosity. Take our 4-part online course and learn about biblical principles and practical suggestions to grow in generosity. Visit our Financial Discipleship Academy by clicking on this link or visit Compass at compass1.eu. Learn to grow in generosity to please God and experience his provision.
So that is
So-
that was the success at the end. So I tried to follow the StoryBrand.
Good. And what would be very helpful if you have already done this video and it is connected somehow to Canva. So because we need to change those texts, yeah.
You
And
can easily translate it.
yes, but I have to have it in editable form, yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to be able to
It
change
was
the
in
voice to
Canva. So
slow.
you can do
Yeah,
you can do the voice, you can do the voice yourself within Canva.
Okay.
Uh, And it's very easy.
So, okay, I'll try it, not now, yeah, but if you send me the link, Pavel, for Canva to
Yes.
share this file, I'll copy it to my Canva and I will try to do it because we need to think like if something is done, how to replicate it in different languages, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I can make it available to everybody. So
Because those videos are great, you know. It's such a good
yeah,
tool that we can put it on Facebook and wherever, whatever.
it takes me quite a long time to make it because
Yeah,
I'm
so
not very fast with IT.
it
I
does,
can
okay,
get there, but slower than most people.
once it is done, it like you have only this one video about generosity so far.
Yeah. No, I've made a lot more.
Okay.
I just shared an editable link, a link that can edit the
Okay,
video on Canva. It's
okay,
in the Zoom chat.
okay.
Oh yeah, Voice Maker is called. Yeah, yeah. And that does many languages. It will even do it in Spanish and Slovak, Czech. I'm sure the
Mhm.
Voice Maker. So that's the AI voice. Yeah.
Oh, good. I have the presentation, this Canva
Thank you.
presentation, and
Mm.
then in Canva I can record the voice. Is there some option somewhere? Yeah.
Yeah, you can record your voice, yeah.
And then I can put in Canva all together this PowerPoint and or these pictures and the voice, yeah?
Sure. Yeah. Even I can do it. So you should be able to do it, Adam.
Okay, I'll take my time to do it.
But
Good.
I have time. I'm not working anymore, so I have more time than
Oh
you
yes,
do.
you are working much more.
I'm a pensioner.
What a nice job.
Okay, we have 5 more minutes. So if there are any last questions.
I have a question. Because we are working on this translation of it is translated this book of how to invest about investments. Yeah, this book we want to get on the market next year, and the question is because some parts are you know are quite difficult how after they are translated. They are quite difficult to read. Can I use AI tool to make it like more readable? That's the question. To make some.
Your voice was breaking up. What
My
was your
voice
question?
The question is we are preparing this book how to invest. Yeah, this book.
Yeah.
It is translated by DeepL, what you already sent to us, and now we are checking this translation because it is not 100% accurate. And when we do this, it takes quite a lot of time to put it in the form, like into readable form, like to make it easy for reading. And the question is if we can use AI tool to make it somehow readable, some pages.
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Chat GTP is very good for that.
Yes, that's the question.
I often use...
but this is the question because when you put something on GTP, it is all about the ownership, because you give the content to GDP if there is no problem with it, like.
Wow, that's a good question. I don't know.
Because you are giving them the content, yeah, and it belongs to them then.
Well, yeah. Is it really a problem, do you think?
I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. But it is private company, yeah, and you are giving them information for free, and
I think your Perplexity or Chat GTP, if you enter a text, it will tidy it up for you, make it better, make it readable.
Yes.
Yeah. I've often used Chat GTP to edit a text.
Okay. Okay.
And it takes out something double as well. Many times when I'm writing, I put the same things in again.
Okay. So can we do it? Yeah. Can we do it?
I can say to Chat GTP, take out the repetition. Take out the repeating. If I said the same things twice, it will take that out.
Okay.
So yeah, I would just go ahead and do that. It will save you a lot of time.
Yeah, that was the question. Yeah, because
the only problem is I don't know if it accurately translates the Bible verses.
Oh, we'll do it manually, no problem.
So that needs to be checked.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Jeremy wanted to say something, and we can end with this question.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Peter, I have a question. All the books you have, I see they are all in English. So we have some, can we have them translated, or can we translate them into French, for example? Because we work with some French people or Francophone, and it would be good to have this information also in this language. So is it possible?
Well, all of anything that I write, we can certainly translate into French. So what we can do is to send you an automatically translated copy using software. But as Rado said, it still needs a lot of editing.
Okay, yeah, something we can work on. It's as Ivanko was saying, right? We need to update it. All right.
Yeah. So if you send a request to Pavel, what you want,
right,
we can send you a translated copy, translated by AI.
Okay.
Okay. Then we can work
and
it
then
out.
you can edit it.
Edit it. Okay, understand. Okay, thank you. It's good information. Thank you very much. I mean, you're doing a great job, Peter. Are you really in function?
I just want to finish by giving you one website. Let me just show you it, which has helped me a lot. Where is it? Just a moment. Yeah, it's called HubSpot, blog.hubspot.com.
Can you
I don't know if you know this, but it's
put it in the chat, please.
It has a free section called the Ultimate Guide to Content Creation. And it has a lot of videos up there on how to write, how to get ideas. A lot of videos on, this is the website itself, creating a plan, and a lot more things. A lot of templates. I can recommend that you have a look at it.
Okay.
I'll send you this link here on there. I've learned a lot looking at the videos on this one. Oh, stop sharing. Oh, where's the chat? Right here. There you go. That's the URL. Marketing content creation. I've spent a lot of time looking at a lot of these videos which are up there. It's very good. So if you want to learn about marketing and communication, there's a lot of material up there for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a free academy.
Yeah, I watched several courses. They're very, very helpful for me.
Good to know.
Okay. Our time is up. Thank you very much, Peter. It was again very, very helpful. And as I imagined it, this time we went deeper into the details of things. Yeah, people were able to ask really good questions. So thank you everyone for your active participation. I'm sure that if you have more questions, Peter is available to respond to you.
I can give a demonstration on how to make a video if you want sometime.
Yeah, we can plan for something like this. Yeah, excellent.
Using Canva.
Yeah, we can have
another tool. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone. One last reminder, if you haven't registered for the conference next year, this is a great chance where we will meet together and we will learn many more things. So here is a link and we would love to see you there. Okay.
And get your free book. Get your free book.
And get your free book. Yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
Peter.
thank you.
Thank you, Paolo, for organizing it.
Bye-bye.
Great job. Very helpful.
Bye.
Tremendously helpful. Thank you.
I'll send you the recording.
Thanks.
Thank you, Peter. Bye-bye.